it's Guido coming at you with Tactics Talk. A little update on the T-17. This thing is a little monster, currently sitting at 13 battles, 4,500 win rate, 77% win rate, DPG of 1,325. Everything is looking good. I'm about halfway through this thing. As I said on Coffee Talk, it took me only 4 battles in it to upgrade it. I actually started from stock, kind of. I had enough free experience to buy the tracks, then forgot to put those tracks on and played the first game. You saw that video probably last week or the week before. It took me 4 more battles to get the rest of the modules, and now I'm at 13. I'm probably a half to 2/3 of the way to finishing this tank with all the doubles and personal reserves and everything. This game right here, top tier, 2-tier battle on Serene Coast. We're going to check this thing out. I'm going to tell you, it is... I don't know if they're... Are there any lights that are basically mediums? I know there are some mediums that are kind of like lights. Obviously, it's the camo thing between lights and mediums that's the biggest difference, and the hit points. Spotting is usually about the same. They both can use CVS, so it's the camo on the move that's the big deal. Some mediums are actually pretty good camo on the move, but the light tanks are the kings of that. And this thing really fights a lot like a medium, or at least when it needs to swing to the medium roll, it's effective. 100 alpha, 5 shots in the autoloader. Decent pen with the APCR. Not amazing, but decent. We'll come over here, we'll take a peek. We'll get into one of the most obvious bushes known to man, so to speak. Oftentimes this gets blind fired, especially when you like guys like this. However, it's a relatively low tier battle, so we're going to take a bit of a chance that maybe they don't see us. Or not that they don't see us, maybe they don't think about us. I'm just going to waste some gold because I'm dumb like that. And we'll see if we can hit this guy. No, we can't. All right, 5 gold rounds for nothing. We did get lit, so we'll have to hide behind this rock just a bit. There are a couple artillery. This guy doesn't realize he's being shot at by me. Or at least he doesn't realize the back of his tank is sticking out. But, you know, as... I don't know what... It's a sixth sense people have. I can't tell you how many times I've been in situations like that where I'm just about to shoot a guy and they scooch. Just bad aim right there. I get away with it, though. Okay, couple of them into him. He's chasing my 50-2 away from him to come out into the open. A little bit late, but that's a track not penetrated. Maybe he'll come back this way, put another one on him. Oh, geez, ricochet. That's a bummer. And we're back into a reload. It's about a 10-second reload, guys. So we talked about this on Coffee Talk. 10 seconds is not bad. That is not far off from a standard reload for a medium or heavy at this tier. So, but it's a little more obviously, but 10 seconds and you're right back at it, just dropping 500 burst damage. 500 burst damage. So we'll go ahead and get our reload going on, I think, when I pull my head out of my rear end here. I think I thought I had pressed it. Clearly I had not. Wow, I'd be reloaded by now. That's a mistake. Finally figured it out. So I push C. It's 3-3. I see we have a big issue going on back at the cap. Most of our power went out to the peninsula there. So I'm going to flex back, see what I can do to help these guys out. This 122-44 is a big part of this win. He brings that awesome gun back here, 390 alpha, fast reload. So we'll come over here and see if we can't catch some guys being silly. Pretty fast aim time. Not bad. The S51, I don't know why he's kind of out in the open, but he is. Really hoping something just comes right at us like this. I'm going to try to track him. We get a little bit lucky on that last one, but I'll take it. Not many pixels left as he backed out. I'll hit C immediately. Go ahead and crawl back here. We're starting to lose, 4-7. The heavies are not having a good time over there. They kill the Tiger 1. That's important. That's a good kill. And we've kind of blunted this move here. In fact, the major threat, once we clear these guys out, really is either unknown. This dude's just coming at me. I think he wants to ram me, so we're just going to try to do this. He did get a piece of me there. Not too heavy, though, so that's not bad. I actually got the better of him there. I've not looked at the 2 weights. I'm going to hit the C, and the 122-44 backs me up. So even if that guy pushes me with a full clip, at least we're going to punish him. This is where I sort of realized I need to take him out. I kind of wish I'd actually turned around and helped deal with this other Skoda and the T50, but I thought I might be able to take this guy down. Unfortunately, probably not. We need a lot of really high rolls to kill him. We are going to hurt him bad, though, so we maul that guy, but we're out of shots. I might have been able to ram him and kill him, to be honest. Remember, folks, on your light tanks, take controlled impact. It is defensive as well. So it will help you do more damage when you ram, and it will help you take less damage from ramming. And we are similar weights, so I might have been able to go right into that guy and take him out. So we still have 2 enemy Skoda T17s. They're low hit points, but you know, if he's got 300, 400 hit points, you don't really want to get into the tit-for-tat machine gun battle with him, because he's going to maul you for another 400 before you kill him. Unless you're able to sneak shots on them that they're not aware of. All right, we get one of them. Now, where is the other guy? He's disappeared. Oh, there he is. He's gone around that way. And we get him dead. Very good. Probably not the best move on his part, sticking around, to be quite honest. Both those T-17s, I think if they'd have bailed, would have been a bigger asset to their team than trying to take on guys camping. And I just munch 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 off the top. Although, fantastically, those were 5 low rolls in a row. Now, they weren't horribly low. That was kind of a bad shot, the second one, but we got it. I haven't done a single 100. There we go. Let's see when the next high roll is. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 low rolls. All right, 99's not far off. 98's not far off. 97, 95. Still, all low rolls. I wish, in hindsight, I'd have pushed in and worked on the TOG instead of trying to do this camping thing right here. Let's see if we can get a shot on him. Got one. There's a high roll. That's a miss. But it's a 101. So we're one high. I should go back and look at this because I don't feel like I got many 100s. I am correct, right? It is a 100 alpha gun. It is. I may rewind this when I'm done. I'm curious how many. I bet there was a bunch of them. There's probably, I bet it's close to 50-50 if you take a look. I took a lot of shots. I took 40 shots. And you don't know the ones that kill low hit point guys that have less hit points than your alpha. You never know if that was really a high roll or not. All right, so the IKV gets in behind us. We'll use our mobility. We'll change what we're doing instead of walking into the Dicker and the TOG and letting the IKV sit behind us. Let's clear him out from behind us if we can find him. He finds me, unfortunately. Puts a hit on me. Takes me 3 shots to get rid of him, but we do. Little power slide. Look at the Cheeto. I forgot about the Cheeto. He did some nice work as well. That was probably their Crusader that missed him. We're going to switch over to the regular rounds because we only have 3 of the APCR left. The 122 goes after the Dicker and thumps him, and all of a sudden we're down to the last artillery. Instead of going all the way around on the peninsula, we'll swing back this way because the Crusader was last seen in the middle. So we'll see if he's still hanging out there. And off we go, guys. We're at 2,726. There goes the Crusader. We'll wait a few seconds here. Do I get a light bulb? He did not see me. That's great. He obviously knows he was seen because he will have got his light bulb. I'm going to cut this way so I don't immediately get lit coming around that corner. And then I just buffoon this and run into the rock. That was bad. Took all my momentum away. And now my chase is a bit of a pain in their arse. So we find him right there. He still doesn't quite see us. That's good. I wish I'd have gone down low. Because what happens here is I'm going to come up high and he's going to see me right here. So if I had gone down low, I could have come up and over without him seeing me. So he turns, kind of puts his gun on me. Check this out. Ow. Got a piece of me. All right. And we kill him off. Down goes the S-51. 3,076 and only 97 assists. Played it basically like a auto-loading medium that entire game with the added benefit of having the camo and the camo on the move. It's just a monster. And we talked about it as well on Sunday on Coffee Talk. I don't think there's nothing I can see when I take a look at it compared to the 1375 and the other auto-loading Tier 7s. There's a couple others in there. T71 DA, I think it is. there's nothing obvious to me right off the bat that says it's head and shoulders above them stats wise. It's the combination of all of them, and I think to some extent it's how fast it reloads. It's 5 shells, right? It's got a lower alpha than both of them, and its DPM is about the same. In fact, it's lower than I think the 1375. So it's not head and shoulders DPM wise above, but it does reload its 5 clip in around 10 seconds. After you put some food and brothers in arms and stuff, I think it starts at 11, gets down to maybe high 9s, low 10s. It's just that timing. The game is built, whether it was consciously or it's just so happened how it has come out, to where somewhere between 6 and 12 seconds is kind of the standard engagement time. So even if you have a fast firing gun, unless you're just standing there blasting into somebody who is either unaware or unable to do anything, and that happens, but it's not that often. It is a more often use case that you're going to take 6 to 15 seconds, somewhere in there, to get shots off, because you're going to shoot, then you're going to hide, you're going to move, shoot. And with 10-second reload, you can get all your 5 shots off in that kind of timing, and then you're right back into it 10 seconds later like you had just reloaded a shell, just one shell, but you got 5. So I think that there's a intangible there in terms of how fast. I think the Barask is a lot like that. Maybe to some extent the Skoda, the 2-shot autoloaders, where they're just back in the fight within the same more or less cycle as a single shot, as a cyclical is, close to it anyway, and it just gives you flexibility. They have 2 shots, right? You have 5. So if you do need to pop out and drop a clip, you can. Right? If you need to shoot 1, you can. And even if you get rid of all your shells by shooting, by just absolutely laying into somebody, then 10 seconds later you're back at it. And I don't think you can really put too high of a what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say price, but it's just a good thing in this game based on the timing on the way it's played. I don't have any stats on it yet. They haven't come out. It is tracking for me, but I haven't seen on tomato.gg. I don't think it's been quite out for a week. As of today, it's Tuesday. So maybe tomorrow, Wednesday or so. This obviously video will be later in the week. So we'll see where it sits. But as of right now, when I take a look over here at the light tanks, let's just jump over here for giggles. We'll bring it up. If we take a look at tier 7s, and maybe it'll show up now, I don't know, I haven't looked at it since this morning. What's interesting about the tier 7s is it's pretty much entirely owned by the, all these freaking ads, pretty much entirely owned by the premiums. The 1357 goes without saying, the Type 62. All of these premiums, minus the Awful Panther, these other 3, but even the Awful Panther is better than the Tech Tree tanks. The other 3 were not nerfed when the great light tank restructuring happened, which is a long time ago now. What was it, 6 years, 7, 8? I don't know, a long time ago. But just for you who haven't been around for the history, it's when they restructured light tanks and brought on tier 10 light tanks, they had premiums and they didn't nerf them. They left them. They did a lot of rewickering with the Tech Tree tanks, moved some up a tier down, blah, 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 rearranged them, added stats, all that kind of stuff. But the premiums, of which those 3, the 1357F and the 1357 are the same tank, just one's a Grand Finals version, and the Type 62, those were some of the light tank premiums that are out there and they weren't touched. So they're largely overpowered, definitely overtuned for their tier. It's not arguable whether they're overtuned. We can have a discussion whether they're overpowered, but there you have it. And they clearly own the top of the tier 7 stats right there. I even have there's like, I'm bracketed in ads. How many ads? Ads are everywhere. All right, get out of here. Okay, there you go. I feel better now. I feel better. It's a good tank, guys, and the last thing I'll say about it is the stock grind is easy because the way Wargaming works that now, you don't have 42 modules on the tanks. It's 1 or 2 at the most, And this thing is actually playable in its stock configuration, which is kind of a new thing that it looks like Wargaming's working on. They've changed some tech tree tanks to be a little bit more user friendly, and you're not going to be completely bummed playing this thing stock, and you'll get quickly through the modules, and you are going to enjoy this tank. All right, that is all I've got. You guys have a great one. See ya.